A very beautiful Wednesday morning to you. Welcome to a brand new episode of Review on the Street. Today we shall be looking at some of the news making the headlines on our daily newspaper this morning. With me this morning I have the Nation newspaper. The Tribune newspaper is also here on ground with me, and I have the Punch newspaper. Starting from the Tribune newspaper, I have as Buhari appoint new service chief, SMF, BLF, Pandef, Wike, Nwodo, APC, PDP react, set agenda. And also on the same Tribune newspaper, we have what did we do, what we did to battle insecurity in Ibarakpa, Okiogun, Oyo State, from the guys coming from the Oyo State government. And we have police fire service give insight into Igboho house fire incident. That's a very huge one. And on to the next one, we have this is coming from the Punch newspaper. 20 generals may go as Buhari replace Burachai's service chief. That's a huge one. Recently, we had, I think, yesterday being 26th of January, we heard the news that the federal government of Nigeria, under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari, appointed a new service chief, while the former old service chief goes on retirement. And on to the next one, the Nation newspaper. What we have there says, what we expect from new service chief by Nigerian. It is on this note we'll be reviewing these three newspapers. That is the Nation newspaper, the Punch, and the Nigeria Tribune. As we all know, the citizens of these countries have their views, particularly the bystanders. They share various opinions as regard the issues of insecurity, being the major issues affecting the Nigerian citizens at large. Today, our focus headline shall be centered on issues of security, and we shall be taking the views of the bystanders. So, on that note, I would like to engage some of the bystanders and hear their views as it concerns the issue of insecurity. Stay back. Thank you. Sir, this morning I'll be asking you questions as regard the fire outbreak that just sprung up in the residence of Chief Sunday Igboho. A lot of people believe that these issues has some spiritual political undertone, while some believes it's just an act of retaliation from what just happened in Oyo State, particularly what he went for in his hometown. What is your position as regards the fire outbreak, sir?
Okay. Chief Sunday Igboho, popularly known as Igboho, sir. Igboho, sir, as you are seeing, what the man is doing right now, what he's doing right now, presently now, all Yorubas indigenous, all Yorubas, all the sisters we have in Yorubas, we all believe in him, and he has the right to fight for his brother. I can't see my brother dying, and I'll be looking. Another one will die. I will fight for my brother. And pertaining to the fire raising in his house, people that did it, they are still living, but God is there to catch them. Because I can't see somebody that is doing right thing and I'm going to raise fire on his own property. That is very, very bad for our people. And I know Yoruba do have one adage that says that if there's no indigent among the people that raise fire on his house, there'll be no problem. There will be no problem, because if there's no indigent, there will be no problem there. I know that they gang up to raise that along with raise that fire with some Fulani S-men. Because when they see money, people misbehave. I don't know why people are behaving like that. I'm not too sure of what indigent there. They cannot raise fire on the house.
Do you think this has anything to do with politics?
According to the press review this morning, the chief press secretary to our Excellency, Engineer Seyi Makinde, raised something like that instead of us to fight the insecurity happening in our home state and in Gagari and Okiogun, because if we don't fight that one, it will happen in Ibadan. And that one will not be another political problem. You know, some politicians, they gang, when they see bad, they gang up behind it. Instead of us to work in collaboration with Sheyi Makinde, with our Excellency, Dr. Engineer Sheyi Makinde, to quench this insecurity fire. Because insecurity is a fire. It's like a fire disaster. But when this thing starts, nobody will be able to stand. Even the reporters will not be able to raise their mic talkers of getting something from people. That is it. Now my advice to our people in Oyo State, and most especially we politicians, because I'm also a politician too, we should work hand in hand with our Excellency in order to make sure that security is working as it's supposed to be in our state, Oyo State.
Our president wa mi se wa ye àwọn ò sí ní around the Oyo State so tiye ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tí wọ́n wà wẹ̀ ní ìlú wa ṣe ẹ̀ náà wò sí wọ́n ní àwọn Boko Haram wọ́n pààyàn àtúnwá sọ pé kí lè tàwọn ti Fúlàní tí wọ́n ń da ẹran tó ń jẹ́ pé ìkọ̀kan nù wa wọ́n dẹran sí títì wọ́n á kó mọ̀ lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wù wọ́n ṣe wọ́n á bà bọ̀ lọ́wọ́ wọn wọ́n á bàdà lọ́wọ́ kí ni wọ́n fi mọ̀ kí ni wọ́n padà ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni wọ́n dà pẹ̀lú sọ̀ǹda so tiye ṣùgbọ́n kí ló tún wáyé tó yẹ pé wọ́n tún máa pa ìkọ̀kan kejì lára wa tí wọ́n máa pa lára àwọn tó bá ń travel wọ́n máa travel lọ wọ́n á máa fi nǹkan yẹn wọ́n á da màálù sí títì wọ́n á fi máa mú àwọn èèyàn wa mọ́lẹ̀ sẹ́yìn pé irú sìn tábà wò pé ká máa wo nǹkan yẹn lọ báyẹn títí tí wọ́n fi dénú ìgboro ànímọ̀ tí wọ́n fi máa pa ìkọ̀kan èjèèjì lára ìgboro náà dẹ̀ ni làǹlàtẹ̀ èrú wà tẹ̀ mọ́ èmi ni kí lórúkọ ẹ̀ ti jẹ́ Ìbàràpá méjèèjì sẹ́yìn pé nǹkan yẹn ó ti ń wọnú ìlú bọ̀ náà nìyẹn láti ẹ̀ sọ pé ibẹ̀ yẹn ẹ̀yìn ìlú ni ṣùgbọ́n kí ìjọba bá ní wá àwọn kan ṣe sí kọ́mẹ́dì pé ó sọ ti yé Ìgbòho tẹ̀ ń wò yẹn sìn òun náà ó fi ń dìfẹ́ǹdì wa ni sọ ti yé tábàwò ń sìn àwa lọ bá ìjọba wa ń sìn tó jẹ́ president sìn pé wọ́n bá ní wá àwọn kan ṣe sí ṣé ńgbà tí wọ́n wà wá àwọn kan ṣe ọdún kan ọdún méjì ọdún mẹ́ta wọ́n wá àwọn kan ṣe sí sẹ́yìn pé ńgbà tí wọ́n bá pa kọ̀ọ̀kan kejì láàrin àwọn aráàlú ṣé family president náà ń pa irú gómìnà wa sì gómìnà wa tẹ́ ń wo yẹn Ṣèyí Mákindé wọ́n ń ṣe dáadáa pẹ̀lú wa nínú ìlú yìí ọlọ́mọdé ọba jẹ fún wọn adẹ̀ríṣẹ́ takuntakun tí àwọn gómìnà wa tẹ́ ń ṣe kí wọ́n bá ní fi Sunday Igboho lẹ̀ so ti yé kíjọba tó jẹ́ president wa náà káwọn náà kún wọn lẹ́yìn láì pé káwọn tó jẹ́ Fúlàní wọ́n mọ̀ ṣe wá ń kà mọ́ tí ì bá yẹ pé báyọ̀ jọ wà lórí ibẹ̀ yẹn tọ́jọ́ ṣe nǹkan kan tàbí pé àwọn náà ràn wọn nìyẹn tí wọ́n bá ràn kí ni tán sọ pé kí Sunday Igboho kí wọ́n mọ wá Sunday Igboho fún Ọlọ́run kò wọ́n bá ìjọba pẹ̀lú ẹ̀yọ̀ kí wọ́n bá ní wá nǹkan ṣe sí àbí president wa wọ́n bá ní wá nǹkan ṣe sí ni Ṣèyí Mákindé wa ọ wà pa pẹ̀lú tí ń ṣe pẹ̀lú wa ṣùgbọ́n president wa à ń sọ pé ṣé bàbá kankan kọ́ mọ́ ọlọ́mọdé ọba jẹ oníbàjẹ́ o.
From the Tribune newspaper, we have there what we did to battle insecurity in Ìbàràpá, Òkè-Ògùn. That is coming from the Oyo State government. And looking at the headlines and some of the stories underneath, the government of Oyo State has promised that it will never relent. They will never relent in providing good security for the good peoples of this state. And that the government is actually asking the citizens of this state to divulge all contrary positions of the opposition party as regards the issues of insecurity. And on that, we will be asking the bystanders, hearing their views as well, to ask them, are they actually seeing the promise of the state government? Are they actually seeing the promise of Governor Sheyi Makinde on this regard, particularly on providing good security to the people of the state?
I'm about to support the opposed of Amotekun because what they have been did since when they have been appointed them as security in Oyo State, we have been seeing the good work of their hands, one or two others. But in some other hands, I may tell you from my experience, I experienced it in the Iwo Road. They have been stopping motor trailers and whatever, maybe for whatever. But now, we want to know the actual work of the Amotekun in Oyo State. Maybe for them to protect us or to avoid the intruder to enter the Oyo State. We want to know the really work of Amotekun in Oyo State. Because now, they have never stabilized on maybe on security or whatever, or they were to protect maybe herdsman. But now we want to know the really work of Amotekun in Oyo State.
Tẹ́ bá dé gbòòrò ẹ mọ̀ pé ẹ̀yin ò lè kọjá láago mẹ́jọ ní gbòòrò láago mẹ́jọ alẹ́ ó gba àwọn ọmọ wèrè ìgò àdá ẹ̀ ń dúró gbé ni ṣé security òkè ògùn nìkan ni wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe tọ̀yọ́ ṣe ti ń bí nǹkan kò sí security kankan bí o kò sí security kankan bí àwọn ọ̀sán tí ń tó tọrọ kò sí nílùú Ìbàdàn bí àwọn àmọ̀tẹ́kùn gan wọn ò ṣiṣẹ́ kankan bí òkè ògùn wọn ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ ibi gangan tó yẹ wọ́n máa ṣiṣẹ́ wọn ò ṣiṣẹ́ bí tó ti yé wọ́n máa ṣiṣẹ́ gbogbo ògbóró kò sẹ́ni tó lè jáde láago 8 alẹ́ ẹni tó rí yọ ọ́ dilé ni kò ṣiṣẹ́ kankan tí wọ́n ń ṣe.
ọdún mi ni pé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ṣe ti wà tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní wípé ààbò tó dájú ọ wà ṣùgbọ́n ntọ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ ni wípé láti kárí torí wípé tí wọ́n wà ní sáàdì ọ̀nà tí wọ́n wá sáàdì ọ̀nà wọ́n wà lókàmẹ̀ntì ọ̀nà bọ́yọ́ náà ránṣẹ́ tí nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ lólúyọ̀lé wọ́n sì máa pè wọ́n ní wípé máa bàbá yìí máa bàbá yìí máa bàbá yìí wọ́n tó débẹ̀ wọ́n lè ti bà nǹkan jẹ́ kó di pé wọ́n débẹ̀ sẹ́ẹ̀rí Ọ̀yọ́ state gbogbo ọmọ tí wọ́n lé lù káàkiri wọ́n ti pọ̀ lọ́yọ́ state ànẹ́bọ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ state yìí jẹ́ kì í sọmọ Ìbàdàn nẹ́bọ̀ Ìbàdàn jẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo ọmọ náà ti wà láti gbogbo ọmọ tí wọ́n lé láti Èkó ni o níbikíbi nǹkan o ò ní wọ́n ń da Ìbàdàn rú kì í san ọmọ bíbí Ìbàdàn rárá ní ń ba Ìbàdàn jẹ́ rárá tó yé nìsín tó yé nìsín sẹ́ẹ̀rí bá ṣe ń ṣe yẹn Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn tí tó wà bá ṣe ń ṣiṣẹ́ wọn tó ó yẹ wọ́n wá kún un ìpọ̀ tó torí tí wọ́n bá kárí dáadáa ni wọ́n á ti ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn bí iṣẹ́ dáadáa tó yẹ kí wọ́n bá wà lógọ́mẹ̀ntì by lógọ́mẹ̀ntì tí wọ́n bá pín wọn síwẹ̀ dáadáa pé lógọ́mẹ̀ntì nọ́ọ̀tì sí o Ìbàdàn náà tí o ọ̀nà ara o Olúyọ̀lé o tí wọ́n ti wà ń bẹ̀ stand by pé o nígbà bá ti ṣẹlẹ̀ Olúyọ̀lé o ọyẹ ẹ̀pà wọn tó Olúyọ̀lé o ẹ̀kan ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́nà ara o ẹ̀pẹ̀ lọ́nà ara o ẹ̀kan ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ọ̀nà Lágelú o ẹ̀pẹ̀ Lágelú o jẹ́ pé ẹ bá ti wà tí wọ́n bá ti ṣàwọn yẹn pé ẹ là ń rọ gómìnà wa fún pé tí wọ́n bá ní ṣe ní ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ní wọ́n pin níjọba àbílẹ̀ káàkiri tí wọ́n bá ti pọn níjọba àbílẹ̀ ààbò yẹn máa dájú torí pé Ọ̀yọ́ state yẹn tóbi kọ́lọ́ ọba gómìnà wa ṣe ni.
You tell us your name. We would like to hear your views as regards the appointment of the new service chief by President Muhammadu Buhari. As at this time, do you think that is actually what the Nigerian needs to curb the issue of insecurity in Nigeria?
Thank you very much. First and foremost, my name is Abel Adeniji. And the appointment of new service chiefs is long overdue. There has been cry over and over again that it's time for these people to be changed. It's time for new breed, new blood to be infused into the system, new ideas to come up. Now that he has done it, we cannot start judging now. It's too early to judge. Let's hear from them. I think each of the service chiefs needs to come out and address the public on the current issue of insecurity all over Nigeria. And that is the starting point, because we can't judge them for now. Then after that, action speaks louder than words. So after they've spoken, then we can now measure their action with what they have said.
We've come to the end of Reveal on the Street for this morning. You can equally subscribe to our YouTube page by visiting Heritage TV. And as well, you can deem it fit to follow us from time to time as we give you updates as regards top stories that makes the headlines. Thank you very much. I'm Yekin Abidim.